Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Nindy Lufitasari here from the Accounting Study Program, Faculty of Economic and Business. I'm very grateful to you all for taking the time for watching my presentation. So what I intend to do is to talk about the importance of getting enough sleep to our health. This talk should be interesting for those of you who often stay up late, whether it's because of work demands or other things. But before we enter into this discussion, I want to ask you one question. What's your take on sleep? What's your take on sleep? Sleep. Sleep is a naturally recurring state of mind and body characterized by altered consciousness, relatively inhibited sensory activity, reduced muscle activity, and inhibition of nearly all voluntary muscle during rapid eye movement sleep, and reduced interaction with surroundings. Throughout your time of sleep, your brain will cycle repeatedly through the different types of sleep. Rapid eye movement sleep and non-rapid eye movement sleep. The first part of the cycle is non-rapid eye movement sleep, which is composed of four stages. The first stage comes between being awake and falling asleep. The second is light sleep, when heart rate and breathing regulate and body temperature drops. The third and fourth stage are deep sleep. The rapid eye movement sleep was previously linked to the most important sleep phase for learning and memory. Newer data suggests that non-rapid eye movement sleep is more important for this task, as well as being the most restful and restorative phase of sleep. As you cycle into rapid eye movement sleep, the eyes move rapidly behind closed lids, and brain waves are similar to those during wakefulness. Breath rate increases, and the body becomes temporarily paralyzed as we dream. The cycle then repeats itself, but within each cycle you spend less time in the deeper stage 3 and 4 of sleep and more time in rapid eye movement sleep. On a typical night, you will cycle through 4 or 5 times. That's why we need enough sleep to keep our whole body system healthy. According to the results of a survey from September, the average people in Indonesia sleeps for only 6 hours 36 minutes per day. But could you guess how long does it take human to sleep? The need for sleep for every human being also varies. This is distinguished by the X factor, which babies need about 16 hours per day, meanwhile teenagers need about 9 hours of sleep per day. Then for adults, it takes about 7 to 8 hours per day. It's also that Indonesian is still not getting enough sleep per day. As far as I'm concerned, the main issue here is the importance of getting enough sleep. What is the importance of getting enough sleep, especially to our health? I'm going to focus on three main points. First of all, getting enough sleep could increase our concentration and productivity. Secondly, getting enough sleep could strengthen our immune system. And lastly, getting enough sleep could maintain our health. I'd like to begin by drawing your attention to enough sleep that could increase our concentration and productivity. If you ever felt foggy after a poor night's sleep, it won't surprise you that sleep significantly impacts brain function. First, a healthy amount of sleep is vital for brain's plasticity or the brain's ability to adapt to input. If we sleep too little, we become unable to process what we've learned during the day and we have more trouble remembering it in the future. Researchers also believe that people sleep may promote the removal of waste products from brain cells. In other words, something that seems to occur less efficiently when the brain is awake. Rest sleep could help our body feels more energized and fit for the activity on the next day. If you remember, I touched upon this point earlier that getting enough sleep is also good for maintaining our brain function. This will certainly help us to be more productive, more focused, and more concentrated in the completing our daily work. Researchers also believe that people who are sleep deprived tend to be more difficult to do activity on their own and take longer to complete. The next point I like to talk about in our sleep that could strengthen our immune system. With a strong immunity, the body is able to fight various germ infection to the maximum so that they are not susceptible to disease. Researchers have found that during a night's sleep, there is an increase in certain components of our immune system. When a person is sick or injured, this inflammatory response can aid recovery, strengthening innate and adaptive immunity as the body works to repay the wound or fight infection. This leads me directly to my next point, which is enough sleep that could keep our head healthy. When we sleep, our body releases hormones will keep our head and blood vessel healthy. In addition, blood pressure also becomes more stable because the heart and blood vessel can rest while asleep. Therefore, getting enough rest and sleep can give a negative impact on the function of blood vessel and the heart, especially for those of us who already have heart disease or high blood pressure. Finally, let me remind you of the main points we looked at today. The sleep is essential for our health, both physically and mentally. Getting enough sleep will increase our concentration and productivity, strengthen the immune system, and maintain heart health. That's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.